Hey folks, another wee Davy shot, another wee kernel of wisdom for you all. I expect Red Glasgow will be covering this as well. We on the left, we tend to have a look at what's happening and with a cynical view. And I'm just left of centre, these guys are socialists. But the title of this video is Are Labour taking the piss out of Scots? And are they taking the piss out of Scots? Well, what's this all about, Davy? I guess I'll put it up for you folks. I'm prone to doing that. So here we go. Emergency debate. MPs, to debate emergency law to save British steel. Parliament will be recalled on Saturday to debate an emergency law to save British steel plant in Scunthorpe from imminent closure. Downing Street said legislation would give ministers powers to direct English steel companies in order to protect the Lincolnshire site. The move stopped short of full nationalisation. The move stopped short of fully nationalising the company at this stage, but number 10 says all options remain on the table. Talks have been taking place this week to keep production going at the firm after the Chinese owners, private-owned company, said its blast furnaces are no longer financially sustainable. A number 10 spokesman said a steel industry special measures bill would allow the government to present capability and ensure public safety at the site, the last place in the UK where higher grade virgin steel is made. It also ensures all options remain viable for the future of the plant and the livelihoods it supports. And the spokesperson added. Now, they're on Easter recess, folks. But Parliament's to be recalled to save a private company with nationalisation on the table. I thought the Labour Party said they couldn't do that. Jobs are valuable in Scunthorpe, are they? What about Grangemouth, folks? Did the Labour Party not say that they would save Grangemouth? Where is Parliament being recalled, and where is the emergency debate on saving the jobs in Grangemouth? Now remember, we've been told that closing Grangemouth would be a risk to the UK's national security. And Grangemouth makes money. Scunthorpe's blast furnaces are losing £700,000 a day. Grangemouth turns a profit. Now, I remember a certain Labour bastard liar called Anna Sarwar promising that Labour would save the plant at Grangemouth in order to get elected here in Scotland. I'll play it for you. I'll play you the aftermath of it. This, I'll take down my private message. Is this. Remember this, folks.
We would step in to save the jobs at the refinery, to invest in that transition, and we would put hundreds of millions of pounds behind it to make it a reality.
You said you saved the jobs during the election, and now you're not.
This is a privately owned company.
Did you mislead the voters? As your own MP, Brian Leishman, suggests that you misled the voters during the election.
So this is a private company.
You specifically said you would save the jobs at the refinery.
This is a privately owned company, as you know.
Do you think you owe an apology to the workers who were relying on you to save their jobs? Do you think you owe an apology to the voters who thought you were going to save the jobs?
This is a privately owned company. This is a privately owned company.
But you made the promise. You made the promise during the election. Do you think you've let them down?
This is a privately owned company company.
Brian Leishman thinks the Labour government have let down the workers and the local people. Do you agree with him?
Look, this is a privately owned company.
But Brian Leishman is your MP, he's a Labour MP. You stood beside him during the election making this promise. He says they've let them down. Do you think they've let them down?
This is a privately owned company that has made the decision.
You keep saying that, but you failed to save the jobs in Grangemouth. Do you accept that now?
Colin, I don't own Grangemouth. It's a privately
owned. Do you
owned.
accept that the promise you made to save the jobs has failed?
Interesting, now. Let's put the BBC article back up again, shall we? Now let's run this back. Oh, here we go. Oh, amazing. British Steel was sold to a Chinese private company in 2020. And it's Jingyi which brought British Steel in 2020. And it's a privately owned company. So where does Labour get off with emergency measures to short of nationalisation, with the option of nationalisation on the table? Where was the emergency measures to stop the privately owned company, or the privately owned Grangemouth, to keep the jobs there? So are Labour taking the piss? How does a person who works in Grangemouth or works in the supply chain of Grangemouth feel today? Now, I heard young Reagan a week earlier saying the jobs in Scunthorpe are going to be saved, and I was typing away furiously. Fuck Scunthorpe. If Grangemouth has to be thrown in the scrap heap because it's owned by a privately owned company was given 600 million quid by the UK government to open a new refinery in Belgium and divert the business away from Scotland. It's a privately owned company. Jingyi is a privately owned company. British Steel is a privately owned company. Where's the fucking emergency measures to save those people's jobs in Grangemouth? And how do you feel in Grangemouth today? Anybody planning on voting for this lot in Scotland are fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. And are they rubbing the Scots' nose in it? Aye, you're right. Oh no, can't do nothing for used jobs. But we can do it for Scunthorpe. It's a bit of reverse of, oh no, we can't have nuclear weapons in the south of England, near one of our big cities, but we can stick it in Scotland, right next to its biggest fucking city. Well, if you're in Grangemouth right now, or if you work in the supply chain for Grangemouth, how are you feeling, folks? These are the people that you voted the SNP out to replace for. The people who promised to save your jobs. Telling you, fuck you and your jobs. But English jobs, they're important. We'll even go as far as to nationalise to save English jobs. But no. We can't save the refinery in Scotland, which is deemed to be needed for national security. It's going to be slower for Scottish troops and Scottish bases to get fuel. It's going to be slower for them to respond. It's going to be more difficult for our emergency services to get fuel. And it's going to be more expensive for our people to fuel their vehicles. And they also gave Radcliffe 600 million quid to build that new refinery in Belgium. How you feel, Labour voters? Huh? How do you feel? How does it feel to know you're a second-class citizen in this fucking union that you voted to stay in? I like this t-shirt. 1 minute I'm only extremely Scottish, the next minute I'm an extremely Scottish extremist. But how you feeling now, Labour Party? Anyway, that's just another wee TV short. If if these things become popular, I might do a few more when issues come up. But really, I wonder what Red Glasgow's got to say about this. I wonder what Brian Leishman's got to say about this. I wonder what 37 Scottish Labour MPs who all campaigned on saving Grangemouth have got to say about this. I wonder what Anna Sarwar has got to say about this private company that's about to be fucking nationalised. A private company. Is that not what Grangemouth is? It's a private company. Private company. Can they not? It's a private company. Well, guess what? Scunthorpe and British Steel's owned by a private company. Roll on. 2026 election. This is getting fucking interesting. I wonder who. Do you know how the Tories in Scotland were always cutting twitchers and would never admit to being a Tory voter out in public? It's getting that way for the Labour voters now. Genocide enabling fucking MPs. Lying MPs and MSPs. And now it's been made clear to them that they're second class citizens and the union they voted to fucking stay in. The Labour Party voters and supporters are becoming cutting twitchers in Scotland and all. Oh, I don't vote Labour. No, I don't vote Labour. No, no me. Down the ballot box. Labour. Fucking morons. To say this next election is going to be really, really interesting here in Scotland. No doubt the mainstream media here in Scotland won't cover this debate. No doubt that we won't see nothing in BBC Scotland on the emergency recall of Parliament. And I bet you we don't see an outrage in the mainstream fucking media. But aye, Labour are ripping the piss out of the Scots right enough. Have a nice day, folks. I don't expect to be back today. Going to work shortly. So bye for now.